Hey, this is Totally Stoked Reviews. I'm Sean.
I'm Kelsey.
And so we're bored during the quarantine right now. There's not much else to do, so we want to do some video reviews.
Yeah, we've been looking through our movies, and we found this movie we bought like 3 years ago. It's called Teen Witch. It was totally not what we expected it was going to be like.
Yeah, so looking into it, it's a bit of a cult classic among people, so if you're watching this, you probably heard of it. But we hadn't heard of it before this point, and we were kids of the 90s, we grew up on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and so we thought, this might be fun, and it was around Halloween, we thought we'd watch it and, have a fun little time there. And yeah, exactly, it was not anything that we were expecting.
It's not like that at all.
There are no cats or flying broomsticks or anything like that. It's actually surprisingly few witch tropes in here, actually, now that I think about it. So looking into the movie, we looked at its history. We found the budget, and it was $2.5 million to make this thing. And sadly, they seem to ride that into the ground. They only got about $27,000 back in their entire box office run.
Which equals 1% that they even made back.
Yeah, it's just a pitiful amount, and oh gosh. So yeah, knowing now that nobody wanted to watch it, I guess now we have to analyze it. We have to figure out why they didn't want to watch it and why it got a pitiful box office. So here goes. So it kind of starts out with this weird jazz music video. She's spinning in the wind here. They've really got the fan going on this. And it's just ridiculous. It looks like they were trying to make some other type of movie, and they just didn't know how to make a teen movie, I guess.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a teen movie.
This feels like a Kenny G music video, basically, with all the hot sax action going on in the background. He looks like he's gonna push her off right there. And oh my gosh, it was just a dream. Okay, so this movie is actually about a girl named Louise. She wakes up in the morning one day to find her brother,
who's eating an entire cake under her bed.
Yes.
With his hands, too. He's eating it with his hands.
Richie, get out of there, you little pinhead!
Hold on, let's go back and check that out.
Touch me and die, lady.
Something wrong with this kid.
This kid is on crack or something. He's on some kind of illicit substance.
All you think about is Brad, the red hot lover. Brad, the great. Oh, Brad, you have been reading my diary again, haven't you? Brad, the red hot lover. Oh, darling.
So after they get ready, they sit down for a nice family breakfast with all the fixins. Now wait, hold on a second. Is that an entire shish kebab of Pop-Tarts?
Whoa, that's what middle class looked like in the 80s?
Apparently, inflation has really been crazy.
Oh gosh. Oh, and then we meet her friend.
Blossom here. Oh, and everybody's favorite trope, the hot girl that's dating the hot guy that the girl wants.
Did you see what she was wearing? It was pretty sleazy. I mean, you'd never catch me wearing something like that.
So then we get to school, and we've got some radical teens doing some kickflips in the courtyard.
I love that these guys are apparently the cool guys, not the guys outside that were doing the cool tricks.
Yes.
On their bikes and skateboards.
Yes, the cool guys are these Vanilla Ice weirdos just gyrating and... what?
Why is it that romance is dead?
Because all the chicks are a drag, that's why.
Who?
That dude just pulled a sick burn on all women. Totally owned.
Her presence. Apparently, skipping grades is not enough for Miss Miller. She feels
Mr. Weaver is probably the most unprofessional teacher I've ever seen. For context, I was a substitute teacher for a while. I think this kind of behavior would have gotten me fired. I'm pretty sure. But, you know, it was the 80s.
Yes.
Papers down to the front. I'll bet not one of you knows who John Donne is.
One of the romantic poets you've been talking about, Mr. Weaver.
My question was purely rhetorical, Miss Miller.
Like, I love that she has the right answer, but he's still...
He's just such a smart aleck about it and so smarmy with it. Look at that face.
Like, practically hits that paper.
Gonna hit Kiki in the face.
Has been able to convey his or her idea of romance into words.
Apparently her diary page got stuck to her work with cake mess.
He pressed his lips against mine. But he didn't stop there. Soon, every inch of my body was covered with Brad's kisses.
I don't think there would be any recovery from this kind of thing.
Miss Miller.
Yeah, that teacher's mean. Next, we get to PE class.
Hey, cheerleaders, I got the new cheer.
This has got to be the most surreal moment in this entire movie.
I like boys.
I have no clue what this is about and why this is in here. Like, they wanted it to be a musical, kind of. There's this song and, like, one other song.
And it goes on for a while.
Yeah, this song lasts for, like, 2.5 minutes. It is never ending. And all they're saying is that they like boys. Which...
Great story, man.
So is this what it was like in the girls' locker room? Is this what I was missing out on throughout high school?
Oh, definitely. This happens every day. I also love Louise's reaction. She doesn't even, like, barely react at all. Like, she's not laughing, she's not disgusted. She's like, just kind of looks over like, huh, yeah, this is typical.
This happens
every day.
What does that have to do with anything?
Louise decides to audition for the school play, and now she is paired up with the ultimate dream. With Brad, the ultimate dreamboat. Her friend gives her the pep talk of a lifetime.
Just think of this as the ultimate test of your acting ability. Don't be Louise. Be Undine.
So with this part, you know, for a high schooler, she does a decent job.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad and Kiki will play the lead. And Louise will be the assistant costume mistress.
Oh, not even in the cast. Louise riding home in the dark at night on a bike. Apparently she has to go through some windy trail at night. Don't know why her parents let her drive home like this.
Well, it was the 80s.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens in the 80s. Hold on, babe, I missed her.
God,
Louise.
Louise, are you okay?
Yes.
So she's dejected. She's just had the worst day of school of her life. Girls sang to her in the locker room. It was awkward. It's raining, windy. She needs some shelter for the night. So she goes to Madame Serena's. And we meet Serena, played by Zelda Rubinstein.
Approach, my little one. Don't be afraid. Madame Serena knows all, sees all, tells all.
I don't think there's enough beads in this shot.
So instead of helping this teenage girl, she decides to take her money.
In the rain. This is extortion. She can't go anywhere, and she's saying like, hey, pay me to read your palm.
My God in heaven. What did you say your name was?
Louise Miller.
You're not a mark. You're one of us. You will receive these powers on your 16th birthday.
What powers?
Strange things will start to happen, but you must trust me.
Nobody can deny. Yeah.
So we see Richie here shaking, coming down from a bath salts high.
So we got the sad trope of, nobody shows up to her party.
And it's underlined by her jerk of a brother.
Can I have my cake now? What's so sweet about her? No one's coming to your sweet 16 party, Louise.
I love her mom's reaction right here.
I bought it for you at the Young Miss department. It was very expensive.
Yes, this was very expensive, dear. I need to let you know how expensive this was.
Let's go. We ain't got all day. Come on.
Let me try.
Thanks, Brad.
Oh, that's why she likes Brad.
Because he's the Fonz. So this random necklace that they pulled out of the high school prop closet ends up being some magical amulet out of nowhere?
I think you should keep it.
Sweetie, I think you should keep this amulet that we have in our prop closet. I base this on nothing.
Louise!
So Brad's girlfriend Randa has a cousin who needs a date to the dance. So she asks Louise to dive on that grenade and double with her and Brad to the dance.
Well, I guess everybody else already had a date.
Louise! She didn't ask me. Maybe she's really starting to like you.
I don't think they understand what mean girls are.
I love your skirt. Where did you get it? That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
So finally we get to the night of the dance. So we meet Randa's cousin, and can I just say, if this were today, he looks actually pretty dang good. Let's just hope he doesn't open his mouth and ruin it.
Wow, love your look. Completely Beaver Cleaver advanced.
You want to smoke some weed?
The night's young. Let's party.
I love it, baby. Come on.
And it's ruined.
Jeez, I didn't think I looked that bad.
So Louise decides to sit down with her friend because she's tired of dancing with that guy.
And Brad comes over, and it looks like he wants to talk to Louise.
Can I speak freely to you?
Sure, of course. I have a little brother. I know about men. Brad? Brad, the great. Oh, Brad. Can I have my cake now?
I don't think that teaches you anything that you need to know about men. But it just turns out Brad just wants help in English class.
Louise is just such a stinking nerd that he needs her help. So Buddy Holly over here wants her to kiss him while he's driving and is spazzing out about it.
And understandably, she wishes him away.
Apparently magic has no effect on glasses. Hope you didn't get too attached to that guy, because he never shows up again. We don't hear from him ever. He is gone. Nobody remembers him. Nobody misses him. He is a lost boy.
Yeah, no news reports of a missing kid. Randa doesn't worry about her cousin that just disappeared.
Nobody caring. So she gets home to...
whatever this is.
She gets home to Richie's pizza orgy that is just a complete and utter mess. There's pizza sauce on the walls. He's kneading the dough with his hands.
Yeah, this kid has problems.
I think he has the munchies.
Big time.
He has so much animosity for his sister for no reason.
You are an unbelievable pig. I'm rubber. You're glue. Whatever you call me sticks back on you. No, I'm rubber. You're glue. Whatever you call me sticks back on you. You think you're hot stuff because you went to a dance. Dream on. Nobody wants to date you because you're a dog. A dog. A dog.
And a magic spell that she didn't mean to cast turns him into a dog.
This dog is way too cute and way too clean to be her brother.
Somehow there's a bubble bath ready to go, And also Louise knows that water is going to reverse the spell. Well, that's convenient. So she goes to her mentor, Sabrina, and learns a little more about what being a witch is all about. She's given a spell book. Apparently this amulet has been with her for centuries. Oh, by the way, Louise is reincarnated. She doesn't care.
She takes this news quite well. But for some reason, even though she's reincarnated, she looks exactly the same.
Apparently they had photographs in the 1600s. Louise is now armed with witch powers and she knows how to use them.
So Louise decides to put a truth spell on the mean girls at school.
You should sing the lead in the school play.
Kiki, your voice sounds great. Theos, Ishnos, Arthetos.
To tell you the truth, Kiki, your voice is lousy. You sound like Pee Wee Herman.
So later on, Louise comes to Sabrina to learn more about her powers.
Louise asks if she could make a love spell to make Brad love her.
Are you kidding? Love you? With me being your coach, he's gonna become your love slave.
FBI, open up!
Ultimately, she decides she can't go through with it, and this plot point is kind of dropped for a while. Louise learns that the reason Brad dates Randa is because he likes being with the popular girl.
Popularity really counts, doesn't it?
Sure. We're here to study, not talk. That's why we refer to it as study period.
Just more proof that Mr. Weaver has it out for Louise for some reason.
Don't go through my purse, Mr. Weaver.
Birth control pills.
Oh no, he did not. So from being utterly humiliated, Louise decides to make a voodoo doll of Mr. Weaver to get revenge. As you do.
She starts making him undress.
In a classroom full of minors, by the way.
Does it seem hot in here? Would somebody put on the air?
FBI, open up!
Hot.
Later on, Louise and Polly are riding home on their bikes.
Now, if you know anything about this movie, you've probably seen this scene.
This is a scene that will live in infamy. Once again, we meet the coolest guys that ever existed.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says sure, I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot, top that.
Want a pen? No, I'm not in the mood. Oh my god.
You can dream until you're blue, but you will never top that.
Let's go back the other way. No, just go up and talk to him. Are you kidding? I'm so embarrassed.
You're embarrassed?
Look at how funky he is.
This is so 80s, it, like, hurts.
I will never be hip.
So Louise decides to use her powers to make her friend cool.
Ready for the rap battle of the century.
Supersonic, idiotic, disconnected, not respected. Who would ever really want to go and top that? Such a waste of pretty face, but hanging in your nose space. I wish that you would take a look and really stop that. Top that. Well, stop that.
Well, it ain't exactly 8 Mile.
Stop that. I wish you finally take a real look and really stop that.
Top that.
Big deal.
Stop that.
Unreal.
You can try till you blue.
I will make a fool of you.
Top that.
Woo! Top that.
At this point, the power has gone straight to her head.
So Louise decides that she wants to be popular and look like this lady. So she asks Sabrina for a popular spell.
She creates a magic potion and then gets into her room and does a little dance.
And poof, she's popular.
Hey Louise, why don't you ride to school with us? Love to.
Immediately abandons Polly once she has the shred of popularity. Yeah, that's exactly what you want, is to be a third wheel with the guy you like. Fun fact, my sister had hair like this in the 80s.
Sugar, won't you ride with us? Come on, pretty baby, don't you
Nothing a girl wants more than to be catcalled by 1,000 guys rapping at you in cars.
I do want that.
Oh. Way to go for getting to class on time.
Now Louise has officially caught Brad's eye.
So, completely forgetting about his girlfriend, Brad brings Louise to an abandoned crack den, and it is romantic.
How many girls has he brought here?
How many have left? She decides to take off her shoes so she can immediately step on a discarded needle. So, they smooch. Smooching was great and all, but it has Louise confused.
So Louise talks to Sabrina about how she's worried that Brad doesn't really like her, and that it's the spell.
Louise, darling, what's the difference?
What a great role model.
Because of Louise's newfound popularity, Polly has some words of wisdom for Louise.
Well, the price of fame and fortune is to be envied, then copied, and finally discarded.
Says who?
I read it someplace. Probably Rob Lowe.
That, literally, is the most moving thing I've ever heard.
Later on at the play, Louise casts another magic spell without wanting to.
Okay, there. Break a leg. Huh? Break a leg is what you're supposed to say.
Oh, neat.
Break a leg, Kiki.
What have I done?
I can't move it. It's broken. Kiki, I didn't mean it. Jeez Louise. What did you do, tripper?
With Polly being distant, Louise tries to confront her.
How are you?
Why?
Believe it or not, I care about you, okay?
Well, you don't act like it. You became the swan, and you left me right in the duck pond.
Wait, swans? Ducks? We need to go back. It was there all along. Did this movie set up some heavy-handed symbolism?
Nah. I guess Richie now is being nice to his sister because he's afraid of her?
A healthy sibling relationship if I've ever seen one.
I prepared you a wholesome breakfast. You morning paper? I took the liberty of ironing your homework.
Even when he's being nice, he's weird.
Richie's cleaned everything up. Even straightened out the refrigerator shelves. Do you think he's on drugs?
Yes! Brad lets Louise know what he really thinks of her.
Look, you're not phony. You don't play games with people to make them like you more. It's really important to me. And
Brad,
let me finish. You're honest, and I respect you for that.
Oh, he's out of there.
No, this is a bad idea. I can't go to the dance with you.
Why?
Look, why don't you just go to the dance with Randa?
Forget Randa. I want to go with you. It's only natural.
It's not natural.
Louise gets some much-needed guidance from Sabrina.
And Louise wants everything to go back to normal.
Come here. Sit down.
Yes, because that's what was weird. Serena gives her some final advice that lets her know it's about what's inside.
The real magic is believing in yourself.
So Brad reluctantly goes to the dance with the girlfriend he cheated on.
Louise shows up to the dance with Serena.
And is still as popular as ever.
Louise's friend gets together with this guy. Oh, but they look like they're a perfect match.
Since she's such a celebrity, Louise is airlifted around the prom. Brad thinks twice about Randa. Louise realizes that the true magic was the friendships she made along the way.
And I guess takes off her necklace and gives her powers to Serena?
but it would appear that Brad still likes her.
And forgets about his girlfriend.
His girlfriend is right there.
So Louise's dreams of being with Brad have come true. And that's it. They just dance the night away. And the movie ends.
So, what are your final thoughts?
Well, Louise has no consequences in this movie. She gets everything that she wants. What about Brad's girlfriend? What about the weed boy that disappeared? She doesn't have to be responsible for any of that.
Yeah. She doesn't even make up with Polly. The story makes no sense. No message to be found in the movie except maybe, be yourself somehow, kind of.
And people will love you?
Yeah. I don't know how that was missing in the beginning, but it's not a horrible movie. It's just kind of a hot mess. I have no proof of this, but this movie feels like it has two different directors that quit in the middle of it or something, because the tone just whiplashes back and forth. It is jarring.
So what would you rate this movie?
So, for my actual rating, if I'm talking about the quality, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. It's done pretty poorly. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's all right. It's a 3 out of 10 for actual quality. For so bad it's good value, 7 out of 10. How about you?
I think I would give it a 5 out of 10 because, it was the 80s.
All right, tell us what you thought. What should we review next? Join us next time on Totally Stoked Reviews.